Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWADAH, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and shalom to my Akim, Wakim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. You know what's actually funny before I get into this lesson? You know, the funny thing is that I was supposed to go out on the highways and byways today, but you know, clearly that's not what is happening, you know, but that's all by the Lord. And you need to one quick thing to note and to understand, you know, sometimes when I spoke on this before, sometimes when you have good intentions and you want to do the right thing, you try to do the right thing, the Lord stops you some way, shape, or form. And you know, just while you don't understand why, all right, just know that it is it's either for it's for a good reason. It's not most likely, it's 100% for a good reason, whatever the reason is, be it to protect you from something, to give you an opportunity to do something else, or whatever. All right, Proverbs chapter 20 verse 24, man's goings are of the Lord, how can a man then understand his own way? All right, so yeah, also Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. So yes, sometimes we might intend on doing something good, all right, because I'm not going to beat a dead horse or anything like that. I just want to point this out, all right. Anyway, getting on to the actual lesson. So I saw this video. Okay, I'll just do this.
I don't need
Slakia. I'll just do this, all right. I'm gonna let this video play. It was I was when I was a kid and I was looking for stuff to watch on TV like this. These were one of the shows that I would always watch. Okay, but to you know, basically credit I'm very surprised at what they're saying, and I never saw this thing because I never got to. I mean, basically, like, they got older. I'm surprised they had kept this on. But anyway, Slakia, let's keep it playing.
swine. It's unclean meat.
Swine.
Slakia, okay, just they notice how they were laughing when she just said it's unclean meat. All right, so already the freaking Christian ass audience not knowing what the fuck they're saying or laughing at or doing. All right, so let's continue.
When did you stop eating pork?
Jazz, you know you love bacon. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. It's just Professor Louis said our bodies weren't designed to be eating unclean animals such as pigs, and I tend to agree with him. I mean, so high in sodium. It's probably one of the reasons why African Americans have high blood pressure. We gotta start breaking these generational curses.
You do have a point there.
Look at you, sitting there smacking on that bacon. You have no idea what it's doing to your body. Destroying you from the inside out. It's okay, just ignorant.
I'm ignorant.
Just a little bit. Ignorance is greasy sometimes. Dad, I don't.
All right, so for the first part. All right, for the second part, just to get it out the way, like, that was so obviously they're trying to be, you know, funny, making the nigga be stupid and whatnot, or act stupid because she's saying stuff that is objectively true, all right, that someone may not know about. And in all honesty, I don't really like making it, and that's another thing. You know, I may make fun of or insult, all right, or even curse wicked 2/3, but if someone is genuinely ignorant, and that's a completely different thing. If someone is doing something without knowing, they don't know that what they're doing is wrong, all right, then like why would you really like make fun of people like that? And that's the thing about Jake, all right. They love what's it called, attacking your shortcomings, all right. And there's so many Jakes. Bear with me one moment. All right, so there's so many like 2/3 evil ass Jakes that love to attack people based off their shortcomings. And one thing I recently saw was how you had a bunch of Jakes making fun of Jake for stuttering. Making fun of Jake for stuttering. I don't condone that type of behavior. Well, I mean, I do in some way, shape, or form. Okay, whatever. Just basically, you get the point. I don't condone this type of behavior, but this is just a personal thing. It's not a sin to make fun of someone for, you know, their shortcomings, but just in general, like, to take look at forgive. I don't even think it's worded like that way. Yeah, it's definitely not worded that way, but this is it. Matthew chapter 6 verse 14. For if you forgive your brother, if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. All right. So it's the same way. Like how can you expect in the spirit, or in the spirit of the law, and not necessarily the spirit of the law. Well, yeah, spirit of the law. In the spirit of the law, how you treat other people. All right. It's kind of like how the Lord is going to treat you, all right, in a sense of like that. Like, for example, oh yeah, I'll take myself for example. So, one thing that I have to work on, all right, is if someone asks me a stupid question or asks me a question multiple times, I lose patience. I make fun of them. I, you know, ridicule them or something like that, and that's something that I'm trying to work on, because I do acknowledge that is a wrong thing to do. So as a result of that, when I am asking for guidance, sometimes I ask multiple times, and when I should not. Okay, I objectively should not ask multiple times, because as soon as I know, I get the first answer, and it's just okay. The Lord told me, and I stick to it. I do it. All right, that's literally it. But the thing is, it's like I constantly ask and ask and ask, because I want the answer to change, or I want the thing like that, and that's the wickedness in it. So in that sense, the Lord could change the answer, and then I do something that was objectively the wrong decision, because the Lord told me the right answer the first time, and then He swapped it the second time, and then okay, now what? You see, you're looking stupid now because you asked multiple times when I already told you the first time this was a thing. All right, so that's a parallel, and given that, on that same token, you're gonna have also Jakes who might like clowning on other Jakes, or just let people that are less fortunate. Okay, because what does scriptures say? Why is it like, oh my God. It's not even like, bro. Oh, okay, never mind. I see why. Like, I am so terrible at praising. Romans chapter 12 verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. All right. So that we're not supposed to be trying to make enemies and trying to ridicule people, because when you ridicule people, like, which I see a lot of Jakes do, all right, Jakes do in general, where they like to clown people. Like, that's one of the reasons why people look at Israel, all right, as problematic and stuff like that, which I'm not saying that it is always warranted. Okay, sometimes it's not, but in certain instances, when Jake is just objectively wrong, then it's like you're putting a target on your back, and then no one's going to want to help you. No one's going to want to feel sorry for you. All right. Which I'm not saying, Esau doesn't do it too. Esau is always, just attacking people or other races, other nations. Okay. Just because he has this superiority or inferiority complex in general. All right. So for us, we need to have just abstain from making enemies out of people, and that's Slucky. That was supposed to be quick, but let's get back into the whole pork thing. So with the pork thing, when a doctor or a nutritionist or a freaking or just Esau in general says, okay, Esau says eating pork is unclean, it's gonna fuck you up, and this and the third, we're not supposed to be eating this, and that's when Jake wants to hear. That's when Jake wants to listen. Okay, but when the prophets, when the Lord says, okay, by extension, the Lord, in terms of the prophets, because we are the mouthpieces of YAHAWASHI. All right, when the Lord says, don't eat pork, don't do this, don't do that, then only after is when you have these only after Esau says it, that's when it's valid now. So the things that we say, okay, have to be backed by Esau Edom for it to be valid. So if so like for example, the Yahawashi being a so-called black man, all right, that's not valid. That's not valid until Esau said it. So now Bill Gates said it, which is a claim. Okay, I don't know what's verifiable or not, because I didn't hear it, and I haven't seen any documentary that said Bill Gates said that so-called black people are the thing. All I had was that one video that I had done, where they showed the video of the title of the video was Bill Gates claims that so-called black people are the Israelites and whatnot. So yeah, in that instance, that's when people are gonna say, okay, well, now we believe it. Oh, now we believe it. Putin showed us that thing. Okay, now we believe it. It's not, and that's a thing. That's one of the biggest things. Which, to be honest, let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, no bullshit. All right. So the thing is that speaking as a man, this is not coming from the Lord. This is not scriptural or anything like that. This is just me speaking as a man. But at the end of the day, I accept anything that the Lord does, says, whatever. All right. But speaking as a man, one thing that I hate how you're gonna have people, okay, that don't believe until they have some sort of tangible evidence. All right. The thing is, what I will understand, as well as what I believe, is that there should be a what's a word? What's it called? There should be a semblance of faith. That's the word. Semblance of faith involved in your belief in Yahawadah. I don't believe in needing or requiring tangible, physical, like, evidence. All right. So you shouldn't need something that, like, you shouldn't need the Lord sending you a tablet or saying, Yahawadah, please send me a rock that has your name inscribed on it, and then I'll believe. Like, no, I don't believe in that. I think that might, even though that sounds like very unlikely that the Lord would do that, even when the Lord does stuff like that, where it's just like so in your face, there are still going to be, and there are still going to be people that do not believe. But all right, but like, I still feel like there should be some faith in it, not necessarily tangible. But Slakia, on that tangent, regardless of what I believe, the fact of the matter is that if that is what is required to get someone into this truth, then, and that's what the Lord, and that is what, and if that is what the Lord chooses to do, not if that's what is needed to do and that it has to do to convince people, no, but if that's what the Lord decides to do for some brothers and sisters, then I accept that, and I accept them no matter what. If that's only if the Lord set it up that way. But outside of that, I really just don't like people in general, just riding the waves, at the end. But hey, you know what? Let me get that precept, because and Slaki, this is primarily inspired by this one brother's lesson whom he got corrected. All right, let me get this. Did not think there was penny in the thing. Okay, so Matthew chapter 20 verse. Matthew 20 verse 9. And when they came, this is from the parable of the man, the master, calling on laborers to work for him. Okay, let me just read the whole thing. Slocky, this got into a bigger lesson. Verse 1: For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. So in the morning, he hired some laborers. He said, yeah, I'm going to give you a penny if you do all this stuff. And yet the the householder went to go find more people to hire. All right. So verse 3, and he went out in about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whosoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Okay, so let me get this. Just to get to the end. Verse 9, and about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So this is at the end of the day. They're only going to do an hour of work. Verse 8. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, Call the laborers, and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. But verse 11, and when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, These last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and the heat of the day. Okay, so the people that were last to join, they only stayed there for an hour, or parabolically for a little bit, compared to them, where they were for either years, being years in this truth and whatnot. Like Elder Apostle Tahar and Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Aram Lab. All right, just many. All right, many that were I don't even know. I forgot what year. I think it was 1990 something. But which I don't think I was even born at that time. Anyway, so yeah, basically, if we all make it in, if we're all making to the chariots, we're all delivered, then the Lord's gonna make us equal to Elder Apostle Tahar, for example. All right. Verse 13, but he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that is thine, take thine is, verse 14, take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto this last even as unto thee. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine eyes evil because I am good? So the last shall be first, and the first last, for many be called, but few chosen. So basically, the understanding for this is how even it doesn't matter how long we were in this truth, and it doesn't matter that some of us were indulging in through Babylon's wickedness more than another. All right, the only thing that matters is that basically repentance. Okay, that's the primary thing that we have to keep an eye out on and truly appreciate. All right, because I'm just gonna paraphrase it. Basically, the thing is, roughly paraphrasing, if a shepherd loses one sheep, won't he abandon the other 99 out of 100 to go and get back that one sheep that he lost? All right. So yeah, it's stuff like this. All right, it's stuff like this where you have to be able to keep and protect protect all. All right, all is precious. All right. So with that, going back to to Matthew 20. Okay. With the laborers, one thing I like to use as kind of like a measuring thing is how many videos I've made. All right, this channel that I have, I've had it for a longer, actually, matter of fact, longer than I've been in this truth. And I have freaking 900 videos, and that's really been my like measuring thing on like how much works I've done, how much obviously it's not fully it's not the full telltale sign on everything that I've done, but at the end of the day, it is a nice identifier. But the funny thing is that there are other brothers who have I can just go. Well, there are other brothers that have had multiple channels. All right, I've never lost this channel. This is my first channel in the being in this truth, and compared to other brothers, they might have had they might be able to measure their works based on how many channels they've had. All right, like channel 1, I've seen GMS something 21, GMS something 27, and all this stuff like that, and that's how many channels that they've had. That's like they're going on to the next one, and that is a beautiful what's it called, signifier to how much work that they've done and how much they've been basically been Esau's been trying to keep them down. All right, but so again, like there are different like things that we can see carnally, but ultimately the Lord knows and sees how much work we have. So for example, if a brother joins the truth or starts making YouTube videos today, let's just say today, and lo and behold, tomorrow is when Jacob's trouble starts, and we just get beamed up into the chariots. All right, if a brother only did one lesson, he's still gonna get as much. He only uploaded one video, and he's still gonna get just as much what's it called, work, or he's gonna get as much reward compared to everyone else. All right, like that's it might seem like it's unfair, but at the end of the day, Slakia, I have a stuttering problem too. So at the end of the day, we're still gonna be able to. Our reward is still gonna be great. Okay, so we should be happy. All right, again, we should be happy at our fellow brothers, or our brothers and sisters. Just making it. All right, just making it in general. All right. As a matter of fact, I got this when the brother had made the lesson. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 13. For Yahweh made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living. So the Lord doesn't want us to be destroyed. He doesn't want us to die. He would prefer if we all, repented and returned on to him and his teachings. Okay, so that's why it's very important to just, don't get too worked up and say, oh, why am I not better than this dude, or why am I not better than him, or whatnot. Well, the Lord didn't set things up to be that way, and at the end of the day, don't be trying to understand. Okay, as you read in Proverbs 20, verse 24, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? How can you understand your own way, much less the thoughts of the Lord? Isaiah 55:8, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. So don't be thinking that we need to be, or the Lord needs to pay us in the same sense of how we would pay our own laborers. All right, we do the way we do the stuff that we need to do our way. All right, our mortal way, or our lowly way, the ways of the servant. Okay, and the Lord does his way in his godly, immortal, perfect way. All right, we're not equal. Don't be thinking. Don't think that you're equal or anything like that. Humble yourself, and don't be thinking that you need to be or you need to be higher than a brother. Yes, there are some instances where a brother that's newer to the truth, they might look to one of the older brothers for, hey, how do you do this? Can you tell me what you use, what programs and stuff like that? They might be seeking to you for advice and guidance, of course, sure, but it doesn't mean that you should seek to be their master or anything like that, or seek to make them an underling. All right, although yes, some brothers might need it, might need to be under someone, but don't be trying to be arrogant or anything like that. All right. Okay, Slocky, and crazy because this was supposed to be about pork, but whatever, we'll call it, that's a spirit, spirit got on me to want to touch on this as well. All right, so yeah, basically Matthew chapter 8 verse 32, and he said unto them, go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. All right, verse 31, Slakia. So the devils besought him, saying, if thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. All right, so when Yahawashi was exorcising a demon from a man, the Yahawashi told the demons asked Yahawashi to send them to a herd of swine, so a bunch of unclean animals. And let me actually get that. Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7, and the swine, though he divided the hood and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Okay, so the Lord said that the swine is unclean to us, and the Lord designated swine and the Lord designated swine to be unclean to us, and by extension he allowed demons, demons to go and perish alongside some unclean animals. All right, finally, second Ezra chapter 4. I don't know where I want to start, but let's start with here. Verse 21, Yahawadah can get to the point. For like as the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea to his floods, even so that they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth. And he dwelleth above the heavens, and he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand things that are above the height of the heavens. All right, so the thing is, it's not meant for us to understand more. It's not meant for us to understand why are certain animals made to be certain ways, different, or anything like that. Like, you don't stop trying to rationalize or think about or learn about these minor details that ultimately does not help you in any way, shape, or fashion. The only thing that you really need to know a lot of times is don't eat this, don't touch this. Okay, like if you tell a kid don't touch the hot stove, does the kid really need to know that if he touches that hot stove, his hand is going to get burnt? Is that going to help him in any way, shape, or form? The only thing that he needs to know, he doesn't need to know or experience the pain of burning his hand on this hot stove in general. All he needs to know is don't put your hands on a hot stove. That's literally it. That's all he needs to know. All right. And that's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of, you don't need to know the details of why you shouldn't be eating certain things, why you shouldn't be doing certain things. The only thing you really need to know is not to do it. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, RICANS, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone above the ball, and Shalom.